Well, hello, all of you beautiful people. Thank you for tuning in to Girl What? My name's Mariah.
And I'm Sarah, and we're so happy to have you here with us. If you're new, welcome to our crazy little family where everyone is welcome, no question is dumb, and something fun is always bound to happen.
And if you're returning listeners, welcome back. Thanks for joining us once again and trusting us to liven up your day.
Mariah, I've got to say it now. I am so freaking excited about this week's episode. This is right up our alley.
Yeah, when I tell you that this was both the easiest and the hardest thing that I've had to do to prepare for an episode, I'm not lying. I've been practically foaming at the mouth waiting to talk about all of this and give my opinions.
That's right, everyone. Today we're listing our all-favorite DCOMs. That's Disney Channel original movies for those who did not spend their childhood and preteen years obsessively watching Disney Channel.
Now, Sarah and I are going to be listing our top 5 favorite DCOMs, as well as a few honorable and maybe some dishonorable mentions. Now, I foolishly deluded myself into thinking that coming up with a top 5 was going to be super easy. Yeah, I was wrong. There are currently 114 Disney Channel original movies, starting from 1997's Under Wraps and coming full circle with 2022's Under Wraps 2.
For those who don't want to do the math, that's 26 years of original content. So, understandably, it was a little hard for us to narrow all the choices down to just 5. But we did it. We did it just for you guys. So, without further ado, let's start counting them down.
All right. Now, do you want to go from... I feel like it would be easier if we went from 5 to 1. Like, we save our best for last.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, would you like to do the honors of going first, or would you like me to?
Can I? I'm so excited.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so, my number 5 was, the movie Let It Shine. Do you remember that one?
Okay, do you remember what year that was from?
I don't remember the year, but that's the rap one, where the boy's a rapper, and they, like, go and rap in this church, and his dad's the preacher, and... It's a big thing. You need to watch it if you haven't seen it. I still watch it, Mariah. So bad.
Oh, okay. Yes, it's from 2012. Oh, it's Tyler James Williams.
Yeah, yes.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, I haven't seen it, but I know of it.
So good. You need to see it. Literally, with the taste that you and I have, you need to see this movie. It's so good.
I mean, I love Tyler James Williams, so like I'm down to watch anything that he's in.
It's wonderful.
Let's see. Let's look at this overview. Of course, I have my trusty Wikipedia pulled up. In Atlanta, 15-year-old Cyrus DeBarge is a talented musician and choir director who writes rap lyrics under the alias Truth because of his father, Pastor Jacob's disapproval of hip-hop and his shy demeanor compared to his more outgoing best friend, Chris McDuffie. Oh, this is so Disney Channel.
It's so good! I don't... Yeah, so, like, the whole thing, it's crazy. Like, they have to send in this, like, mixtape to this recording agency, and this girl that they both went to school with and he has a crush on is, like, this pop star, right? So they send in their tapes. Well, she thinks, he sends a photo of him and his friend, and she thinks that his best friend, who's cuter and more hip, is Truth, the rapper. And so they, like, go to give him the award instead of Cyrus. It's this whole big thing. But, like, the music is so good. Like, I still sometimes listen to the soundtrack.
I love it. Okay, that'll be going on my watch list. That's, like, one of the very few DCOMs that I haven't seen. And I don't know how. I think, like...
For real, because that's literally right up your alley. Like, I loved it.
Well, I think, like, as I got older, like... maybe like mid high school or like end of high school, I kind of just like stopped watching Disney Channel because I like hit that. What did
you just say?
I know. I hit that point in my life where I'm like, I'm too cool for this. Well, that and the fact though that after Wizards of Waverly Place, all the Disney Channel shows kind of just like went.
Okay, see, I was after Austin and Ally was like my last Disney Channel show.
Okay.
So like I do give you credit there, but like I thought you meant like stopped rewatching them too, because like
Oh, no.
I wholeheartedly in college I had this big box TV that like it was one of those old school ones that had a stand, where the speakers are underneath. I literally in my dorm, we were given that TV for free from a family friend. When nobody was around, I was the RA for our floor. I would legit like lock my door so my roommates wouldn't come back, and I would turn on Disney Channel movies.
Understandable. Completely understandable. Yep.
Yeah.
No, like I pretty much consistently rewatch like my favorite DCOMs or just like DCOMs in general over and over again just because they're so fantastic. Like the further back you go, the more just like cringe they are, but I feel
I
like
love
that's
it.
what makes
I'm
them
here
even
for it.
better. Yeah.
I love the sappy romance. I love the predictable storylines. I love it.
Oh, absolutely. And when I tell you that not a single one on my list is after the year 2005, that should say something.
Wait, what?
No Disney Channel original movie after 2005 made my list.
Girl, I think all of mine are after 05.
Really?
I'm excited now to hear yours. Oh my god.
And I may or may not have watched every single one of these. Two of them being today, and the other three, I can't say three. The other ones I watched last week.
Oh my god.
In preparation for this.
Yeah.
So, okay. My number 5 is a tie, because I just could not decide between these two. The first one is Get a Clue from 2002.
I never watched that.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not
Lindsay
kidding.
Lohan.
I never watched that.
Lindsay Lohan, Brenda Song, like, it's giving Harriet the Spy. It's giving, oh my gosh, it's so good. It's like a whodunit mystery kind
Ooh.
of. No, it's legit. It's like one of the more serious / like darker DCOMs.
Yeah.
It's so good. It's basically this Lindsay Lohan plays the main character. I mean, obviously it's Lindsay Lohan. And she like, oh, I haven't this okay, so I didn't watch this one, but I watched every other one. I haven't watched this one in a while, but she's like she's a writer or something, and she writes this article based on a picture that she took or saw of a couple of her teachers at her school, and then that gets out, and suddenly one of those teachers goes missing. So then her and her friends have to like band together and make this like super sleuth group and try and like figure out where this teacher went, like what happened to her. And it's
giving Riverdale.
Yes, absolutely. It is so angsty and so mysterious, and it's just fantastic. I love it.
And it's Get a Clue?
It's called Get a Clue.
I gotta watch that now.
Oh my gosh. Also, Brenda Song's outfits in that movie, everything that I wanted. Honestly, Lindsay Lohan and Brenda Song's outfits. Yeah. Like,
seriously, Brenda Song, I literally love her, and I love that she is coming back into the spotlight. Like, it makes me so happy. And that she's with
Macaulay Culkin.
Thank you.
I'm so obsessed with them. It's unreal. Unreal.
I love it.
If I can find some like good like high resolution ish pictures, I will pop them up right here or right here of her and Lindsay's outfits in the movie, because they're bomb. They are fire. I wanted those outfits so bad. Anyway, the second one, which I did watch about 2 hours ago, the second part of number 5 is Pixel Perfect.
Didn't see that either, dude.
Oh!
Now I'm like genuinely excited to hear the rest of your list. This is so cool.
Oh, for those of you who don't know,
I totally thought ours would be so much more similar.
No.
Oh my god.
For those of you who don't know, and apparently Sarah as well, Pixel Perfect is starring Ricky, well, he changed his name to his birth name, Raviv, but Ricky Ullman from Phil of the Future.
Oh!
Who was one of my biggest celebrity crushes back in the day. He was
I've heard
fun.
of this one.
Yes. So basically he's like this like tech genius whose father works for like this big tech company who is developing like hologram software. And his best friend is in a band with some of his other friends, and they need a lead singer because they did this like audition for a club, and they couldn't get in because the his best friend being a singer, she didn't know how to dance. She couldn't dance. She didn't have the stage presence. And so he's like, "Huh, maybe I can just make a hologram of the perfect singer, like the perfect performer." And so he makes this girl named Loretta Modern, and she's like the absolute 100% perfect like stage performer. She's beautiful. She knows how to sing, she knows how to dance. Like, and yeah, so it just without giving too much away, things go awry pretty quickly with the whole hologram situation.
Because it's
And
Disney.
because it's Disney. And it one thing about this movie that I forgot about was how horrendously bad the how they tried to pull the wool over our eyes with making us think that these people, these teenagers, were singing when they were clearly like women in their 40s who were singing for them. It's
I need to
so
watch
bad.
this. I need to watch
It's
this.
it's so bad it's good, but like can't take my eyes away. It's such and it's also kind of like a dramatic movie too, especially towards
Yeah.
the end because like she like his best friend ends up in the hospital and they don't know if she's gonna like make it, and yeah, it's a whole big thing. Very, very good movie. Those are my number fives.
You just literally now have me that I added another one to tie with my number 4 as soon as and
Ooh.
it'll make sense when I say it. But like
Okay.
as soon as you were talking, I'm like, oh yeah, that movie. Dang it, it's not on my list.
Okay.
Okay, so for my number 4s then, I would have a tie. The first one is older, and you've got Wikipedia up. I can't remember the year this is from, but Cowbells.
Oh my god, with Ellie and AJ!
Yeah! As soon as you were saying Phil in the future, I'm like, oh my god, Cowbells! Why did I not put that on my list?
Absolutely. Oh my
Yeah,
god, it's
I
from
love...
2006.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's sad. Oh.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I loved Cowbells because like I loved
So
their
good.
music too. Like I love that they did like an explicit version of the potential breakup song in 2020 or whatever. I literally when it came out, I was like, they're swearing. This is awesome.
No,
Like my
for real.
teen Sarah dreams came to life.
Oh, absolutely. They completely knew what they needed to do for their audience that grew up with them.
Oh, 100%. But I think I loved Cowbells so much because, like, I was kind of not a country kid, but kind of like I was outdoorsy. You know, we had we had pet cows and we had pet pigs and like chickens. And so I think for me, I had this like delusion in my head that I would meet like a farm guy, like the guy in the movie.
You know?
Yeah.
You never know.
Literally one time a guy and his dad came to buy a pig from us, and it was this really cute boy, and I remember thinking in my head, I'm like, this is it, this is my Cowbells. It was not. It was not. I was just really delusional.
This is my Cowbells moment.
Oh, so my other number 4 would be a more recent one, but Radio Rebel.
I can't, Sarah, I can't think of anything but the Debbie Ryan.
We literally referenced it too in another episode. Don't you judge me. This is a safe
Oh.
place.
Okay, but I have to say though, I know the meme. I know that it's a Debbie Ryan movie, but that's all I know about it because I have not seen it.
Shut up. You haven't
Yeah.
seen Radio Rebel?
Nope.
Mariah.
I know the meme. I know it very well.
That's it. Okay, so I have homework for you then. You have to watch so far Let It Shine and Radio Rebel.
Okay. Okay. I will do.
Yeah, those are like my guilty pleasure movies. But I loved Radio Rebel because like obviously. Always loved radio, but like with us doing this podcast too, like it makes me think of it. So essentially it's this really shy girl who like, you know, she's kind of a nobody. Nobody really pays attention to her. And she starts like a podcast basically from her room. And she is under the alias of Radio Rebel. And so she starts dropping like major knowledge and everybody's like, oh, who's Radio Rebel? And like she'll like put in Easter eggs about her, about who she is, but not say who she is. And naturally a boy gets involved and naturally he doesn't know who she is. Cue Cinderella story music, you know, but literally like it is so cute. I remember watching it the first time and being like, I freaking love this movie. And I think my love for a lot of these really cheesy, like, newer ones is literally, like, the cheesy romance.
Yeah.
You know, the teenage boy who, like, makes the girl feel cute and seen, and you know what I mean? I don't know.
No,
But
yeah,
yeah,
I get it.
That's my number 4.
Okay. Keep the Debbie Ryan thing on your mind because I have something to talk about a little bit later. It's not on my list for a reason. And yeah, we'll find out why. Okay, my number 4 is from 2005.
Okay.
It's theoretically the one of the newest ones on my list. It's called Go Figure.
I have not seen that. Who's in it?
So pretty much the entire cast I don't think has really done anything since Go Figure.
Oh my god!
But okay, if this is like a little tidbit about me. When I was in like, I don't know, mainly middle school, which is like when this came out, I was obsessed with figure skating. I can't figure skate. I mean, I can stay up on the skates and that's about it. Can't do anything. But I was obsessed with figure skating. Like, I read Scott Hamilton's autobiography. Like, yeah.
Were you an Ice Princess kid then?
Absolutely. And we're going to talk about that later.
Okay, because that's one of my honorable mention. That's why I ask.
R.I.P. R.I.P. Michelle.
Yes. Seriously.
So good. So sad. No, so Go Figure. Figure skating movie, but there's a twist. So this girl Caitlin, she is what is referred to in the movie as a twirl girl, which is a figure skater, in high school, and she gets she wants to go to the Olympics, and she is at a competition and she does really well, and she's at a competition at the beginning of the thing. She does really well until she doesn't. And then she kind of like messes up. But there is a very a world-renowned coach in the audience named Natasha Goberman. And Natasha comes and finds her and she's like, she's Russian. She's got a really thick Russian accent. Which props to this actress because I don't think she's Russian, but she does an awesome Russian accent. But she comes and finds Caitlin and she's like, I see you, I can see you doing well, I can see you going far, like blah, 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 you must let me train you, but you have to come to this prestigious school that her and her family like can't afford. So
this feels like you're describing Ice Princess.
So it's about to get not Ice Princess very fast.
Oh God.
So in order to get her to study at that school, the coach basically gets the hockey coach to give her a what's it called? A scholarship. She gets the hockey coach to give her a scholarship. So she has to join the women's hockey team. And a figure skater joining the women's hockey team is like,
oh boy,
complete like 180 opposite, even though it's still on ice, like complete opposite. And so she has to keep her identity a secret from the hockey girls because the hockey girls hate ice skaters. They hate figure skaters. And like understandably so, she's horrible at hockey when she first starts and she's like, oh, blah, blah, blah. So she's trying to hide this like double life. And in true Disney Channel fashion, she, ends up finding like camaraderie and friendship with all of her hockey people and like.
Does she fall in love with a guy who drives a Zamboni?
No, she does not.
I was gonna say, I swear to God.
She falls in love with the assistant hockey coach.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's so good. It's so good. I
It
watched
does
it the
sound
other
good.
night. I watched it the other night, and I was just like, "Oh my God!" Like the main actress, like I used to think she was like kind of like high key annoying, which is maybe why she hasn't really done anything since Go Figure. But actually, like she did such a good job, and yeah, no notes, no notes.
I have
So
to
that's my
watch
number
that
four.
now. I literally, like, this is so funny to me, though, because the whole time I was making my list, I'm like, our lists are going to be the same. Like, we just normally have so much similar taste with our Disney crap. Oh,
Well, and
okay,
like there are 144 to go through, so
that's
like
true. Like, there's a lot of them, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so my number 3, let me look here. Okay, my number 3, don't judge me, this is a safe place, it's Cloud9.
I don't think I've ever heard of it.
Dove Cameron.
Oh, that's like newer than
Yeah.
Cloud
It's
9.
gotta be like 2014, maybe 13. I don't know.
Let's see. Cloud 9. Okay, okay. What's it about?
It's a snow, it's a snowboarding movie. So, and hear me out. The reason I like this movie so much has more to do with the soundtrack than it does the actual plot line. That and the male interest in the movie. He is a smoke show, okay?
Okay.
I can't think of his name right now off the top of my head. I used to be obsessed with him.
Oh, Luke Benward.
Luke Benward, there it is. Oh, babe. But in that movie, you find out Luke Benward can sing. He never sings in the movie. It's just in the soundtrack. But they have a song, Cloud9, and it's like, I literally used to boom it. I loved it. But essentially, it's a snowboarding movie basically about, like, so Dove Cameron's character, she is rich and snooty and kind of has everything she wants, and she's on Team Swift, right? So Team Swift is like the it team for snowboarders, and she thinks she's really good. Long story short, she's got a boyfriend on the Swift team. It comes out that she's not very good, and they've literally just had her for her money. And so Luke Benward runs a doggy daycare up on the mountain because he attempted the Cloud9. It's a trick. And he attempted it because he was a famous snowboarder, and he got injured and like won't get on the board again. And it's all like, you know, like dark and mysterious for Disney Channel movie, but I love it. I love that cheesy movie. There's this scene where they're in this, I remember like the pool. It's this pool that overlooks, like, it's a giant window, right? And the pool goes up the window. Okay, so they're able to swim to the edge and look out at the mountains, and there's like a heat of the moment, and they're like both right there, and their faces are right there, and they're like go to kiss, and then her mom walks in, and yeah, I remember seeing that, and I was like, oh.
Have, Having your mom walk in while you watch two Disney Channel people almost kiss is like the equivalent of having your mom or your parents watch like a sexy movie with you nowadays.
Yeah. Oh, it's the equivalent of when, just funny little side story, my dad went with me and my mom to see Magic Mike. We didn't know what it was about, okay? We didn't read the synopsis before we went to see the movie, and we didn't watch the trailer. I had just gone through a breakup, and I was in a really bad place and really sad, and they were trying to cheer me up, and they're like, let's take you to a movie. And they said, well, Channing Tatum and Matthew McConaughey's in this one. And I said, okay. And the first scene, Channing Tatum's bare ass. Whole theater is laughing or cheering. Theater is cheering, and my dad looks around and he's like, "What kind of movie is this?" And he goes, "Wait a minute!" And he's like, "Mary, I'm the only guy here." And my mom's like, "Shh." And this woman, bless her heart, she gets up and he goes, "Oh, thank God, there's at least one other guy," and walks by us, and it's a lady. And my dad, like, as soon as she walked by, he's like, "I want to go home."
Oh my God.
But that's the equivalent, people.
Oh,
My dad
no.
in there with you in the theater watching Magic Mike.
Oof. Yeah.
when they have the pee pee pump, you know, in the one character, and he's like pumping his wee wee, and you see it, but you don't see it. My dad is sitting there, and he goes, "What is the? Oh my god!"
Just don't mind it. Look away. Look away. It's fine.
Yeah, so that's the equivalent.
Noted.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay. All right, my number 3, Sarah, I swear to God, I will disown you as a best friend if you have not seen this movie. It's Cadet Kelly.
Oh, thank God. I was
Okay.
What? I'm like, oh God, what's what I haven't seen? I
Cadet
love
Kelly.
Cadet Kelly. Cadet Kelly was one of my honorable mentions. It didn't make
Okay.
my list, but it was an honorable mention.
As long as it's on the honorable mention, that's all I care about. Cadet Kelly is seriously like one of the best DCOMs ever. Not only does it have the undisputed Disney queen, Hilary Duff, in it,
Yes.
but also one of the best, like, enemies to friends relationships ever in a DCOM with her and Christy Carlson Romano. That scene at the end where they do that, like, dance thing with the ribbons and everything, phenomenal. So good. A+.
Do you know she just got shot in the face? Christy Carlson Romano? Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like a freak accident. She got shot in the face by a shotgun.
Yeah. I did see that.
Yeah, so if you haven't seen it and you're listening to Girl What, like, number one, Christy Carlson Romano, glad you're okay, girl, because, my God, my whole childhood would be ruined if anything happens to Kim Possible.
Yes.
You know, but, yeah, she, straight up, like, she's got a chunk of basically shrapnel from the shotgun, whatever, but, it's still in her face. It's bad. Like, shit, it looks bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, for real. But yeah, no,
No, Cadet Kelly is definitely worth mentioning. That's such a good movie.
I remember being so obsessed with the male lead too.
Yes.
Sean's not. Yeah, Sean's. I don't know. His name's like something. But no, so obsessed with him, and just like I loved Hilary Duff and Christy Carlson Romano, and so good, so good,
so good.
Also, Christy Carlson Romano may be coming back in just a little bit here. Just a heads up. Just a heads up.
All right. My number 2. My list is just embarrassing now. I feel like yours is like an actual, like, you know, Disney. I love the cheesy new one.
Hey, we don't judge. We don't judge. Unless you haven't seen Cadet Kelly, in which case I will judge.
Yeah. So my number 2 is the Princess Protection Program.
Okay, no, facts though. That's so good. No,
I was about to crawl in my shell and die.
I totally forgot about Princess Protection Program.
I love that movie. If I'm ever like feeling down or sad, I will turn that one on, or my number 1 that we'll list in a little bit, and those are my pick-me-ups because I love the song about friendship. Like, you were the first friend that I had. It's so funny that we're talking about this, but you were literally the first friend that I had that, like, when I heard the lyrics to that song, I was like, I have a friend like that, you know, we're one and the same, you know, we're anything but ordinary, like, it just, I remember thinking, like, I know what that's like, I have a friend like that, and, I love everything about that movie. I love the way it's done, I love who they chose for the characters, I love the storyline, I love it all, I love it.
Absolutely, yeah, no, Selena and Demi. Oh, 2 more like Disney queens. I feel like it's like Hilary Duff, Raven, Selena, Demi, and Miley.
Absolutely.
Like, queens of Disney right there. And yeah, they could not have chosen better casting for that movie, I don't think.
No.
I love Princess Protection Program.
I feel so much better because I was starting to get a little insecure here about my list.
To be completely honest, I don't know if I like skipped over it when I was reading down the list, but yeah, I totally forgot about it.
Yeah. I'm wondering then if like my number 1, I know you're going to, I'm pretty positive I know you've seen it, but I'm interested to see if you'll be like, oh yeah, I love that one or not.
Okay.
Now I'm curious.
All right. So my number two. Okay, for those of you listening and watching, I did give Sarah the option that if we wanted to do a series of movies, i.e., like High School Musical, Camp Rock, stuff like that, we could do
Yes.
that as one. And I said that because my number two is the Cheetah Girls. Specifically, Cheetah Girls 1 and 2. Cheetah Girls One World is fine. I'm not saying anything
I
super
didn't
bad
love
about
it
it.
myself. I didn't
I
love it.
Yeah, I didn't love it. Like major strike that Raven was not in it.
Yeah, that's my issue with it.
Yeah, my big issue is that Raven was not in it. I mean, I know that she had like I think what it mainly was like scheduling conflicts or something. I can't remember, but yeah, very sad that she was not in Cheetah Girls One World. Also, Cheetah Girls One World felt just very like mishmashed and rushed. I felt like they were
Yeah.
just trying to like throw everything in there and cuz for those of you who don't know, Cheetah Girls One World is set in India, in
Yep.
Bollywood. So they're throwing like Bollywood songs at us. Each of the three girls gets their own like really quick love story. Like it's just
Yeah.
it's too much.
To me, it's almost like they took Cheetah Girls and then they threw in a bunch of ideas and then like drank it and puked.
No,
That's to me
literally.
like what it turned out. Because you could see where some of them were sound ideas, but they ran with too many of them. And I
Yeah.
remember watching that movie being like, this is a letdown.
Yeah. Yeah, and yeah. But that is not to take away the spotlight from the absolute chef's kiss masterpieces that the Cheetah Girls 1 and 2 were.
Iconic.
Cheetah Girls 1, okay, this is going to be controversial. I personally like Cheetah Girls 2 the best
Why?
because I feel like it's just more cohesive. I feel like the songs
Okay.
are better. I feel
Okay.
well the production value understandably was better because it's a sequel, so it's made in a later year.
Later, yeah.
So yeah, everything was like newer and whatever, but I just feel like it was a much cleaner movie and it was more enjoyable than the first one, which is
I
saying a
can see
lot
that.
because the first one was still like
Iconic.
so good. Yeah, like we got songs like we got Cinderella, we got Cheetah Sisters, like oh, so good. And there's one part in the Cheetah Girls, the original Cheetah Girls, that makes me cry every time. And it's not, honestly, it's not the part where Toto gets stuck in the storm drain or where, whatever. It's the part where Dorinda gets caught by Chanel for living in a foster home. And she has this big emotional scene where she's like, I live in this house with five other kids. Like this isn't my real family. And she starts crying and Chanel starts crying and like
Yeah.
they like Sabrina Bryan and Adrienne Bailon did such a good job in that scene. It's so emotional and so raw and so real.
I
Makes me
forgot
cry
about
every
that.
time.
Yeah, I forgot about
So
that.
good. But yeah, no. So Cheetah Girls 1, phenomenal. Cheetah Girls 2 is just like it's everything. Like the Spanish music, the
Oh,
beautiful picturesque like
I love
scenery, the
their
backdrops,
outfits.
the
I love
outfits
their
are
outfits.
everything. I mean, the big thing about all the Cheetah Girls movies obviously is the music. You get four girls who can sing and dance the house down boots. It's over. Like it's phenomenal. It's no notes. I just yeah.
Yeah.
And you throw some handsome male leads in there. And yeah, you just have a recipe for
A
a
great
A
Disney
plus
movie.
movie. A plus
Yeah.
movie.
No,
I
that's
love the Cheetah
that's a
Girls.
good one. That is a good one.
Yes.
I haven't seen that in probably 15 years now that I think on that. It's been a
Oh my
long
God.
time. Yeah, but it's
So
good.
good.
It's great. I just haven't watched that in a long
Yes.
time. Okay. All right. The moment we've all been waiting for. Are you ready? This is number 1.
Yes.
Okay?
Okay.
And I have no shame with this one because I freaking love this movie.
Okay.
Lemonade Mouth.
Oh, hell yeah.
Lemonade
Yes.
Mouth, baby!
That's on my honorable mentions. Honorable mentions.
My number 1, mainly because I still listen to the soundtrack. Like
Oh, yeah.
literally, I literally have it on my Pandora, Lemonade Mouth radio, and it's still like I listen to it all the time. I loved Loved the soundtrack. I love the, the story behind the movie. For those who haven't seen it or don't know what it's about, it essentially is it 5 kids? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's 5 kids that end up by freak chance all in detention at the exact same time, and they basically form a friendship and make a band. And the band is freaking awesome, and I love that, like, it's, kind of like fighting the patriarchy and yada yada, but like in a Disney movie. I loved what it stood for. I love the message behind it, but mainly the songs too. Like Determinate, come on.
Yes.
Come on. Or She's So Gone.
She's So Gone.
Stop. Like, that song got me through so many frickin' breakups or like situationships with boys, because I would crank that and just start singing, right?
Yep.
And then I'd picture that I'm in that tank top and little short skirt dancing around a pizza parlor and laying back on a table and looking into a, napkin container. Like, I love that movie. I love it. I can't say enough good about it, and I was crushed when they didn't do a sequel. Crushed.
Yeah. No, Bridget Mendler and Naomi Scott, they carried that movie.
They did.
I will say all 5 of the main cast, phenomenal. They did such a good job. Kaylee Kiyoko was like the best angsty teen I've ever seen. She's so good.
Well, and like, I love the fact too that, like, she's gay, right? She's gay, but like,
absolutely.
Then nobody says it, nobody talks about it, like, you just know it. And I think that's so cool, because think of how many Disney movies, right, where like, the LGBTQ plus community doesn't feel seen. Like, I thought that was the coolest crap ever. Like, it just, she's there, nobody points it out, nobody whatever. And I didn't know this until Adam Hicks actually got out of jail. He was in jail for bad stuff. He was just made mistakes, but he was on TikTok a couple years back, like, doing a Q&A, and so I went on there because I was watching the live. I was really curious, because, again, love the movie. And he actually said he literally wrote the rap for,
did he?
Is it the one in, I think it's Determinate, right, that he raps in?
I think so. Lemonade, you said it. Yeah, yep.
Yeah, he wrote that. Like, he wrote the whole thing, which I thought was really cool, because, like, you assume when there's music involved in a Disney song, you just assume that it was written for them and they were told, yo, sing this. So I thought that was really cool, too. But, yeah, no, I just love that movie. I can't say enough good about it.
Yes. And I'm sure that this is why they chose her for this, but, like, think about it. For the live-action Aladdin, if Naomi Scott had not done Lemonade Mouth, she would not have been the live-action Jasmine and would not have done a phenomenal job.
That got her that?
I'm assuming. Because
I suppose, if it was after. Because that was Lemonade Mouth was a big part when that movie came out. Like, that's true. That's true.
Yeah. And Bridget Mendler, the entire music industry should be so glad that she did not decide to go into music, because they would all be left in the dust. She is phenomenal. I still have her and Shane Harper, both of their music. Shane Harper, like, all of his music that they did together, all the music they did separately. I have it all saved on my playlist. Like, I absolutely loved Bridget Mendler growing up. And, like, I love now that she's, like, this major activist and super smart and is, like, trying to work for, like, Genius.
NASA or something. Like, it's just crazy to me what she's done with her life and, like, how inspiring. But I used to literally, I watched Good Luck Charlie because Bridget Mendler was in it.
Yes.
And Shane Harper.
Okay, since you mentioned Shane Harper, so do you remember back in the day, this is going to be kind of a tangent. Do you remember back in the day there was a social media website called My Yearbook or Meet Me?
Meet Me, yeah, I heard of Meet Me.
Okay, so before it was Meet Me, it was called My Yearbook. And I was on it quite a bit. Well, thinking back to this, I'm not sure exactly how real it was, but there was a Shane Harper profile.
Tell me you didn't get catfished.
Oh God, no, I didn't get catfished. But there was a Shane Harper profile, and like, it seemed so real. Like, even now to this day, I'm like, was that actually real? Like, he wasn't that big of an actor if you think about it. Like, he had only been on like Good Luck Charlie that I knew of, and it wasn't like an actual like profile that somebody could make. It was like a fan profile. You know how like on Facebook celebrities have like their profile that you can't like obviously friend request them, but
yes.
so it was one of those. And so I took a shot in the dark and I just messaged the profile. I'm like, oh my gosh, hey Shane, like I'm a huge fan. I love you on Good Luck Charlie, and I love your, because I had his album. I love
You did
your
not get
album.
a response.
I got a response.
Shut up! How have we never talked about this, Mariah? I have loved him for like 15 years.
Same girl, same girl.
Oh my god!
I need to find like what song it was of his that I was obsessed with off that album, but I was obsessed with a certain song, and I shot my shot.
Is my go-to. I love Rocket Ship.
Okay.
Sorry.
And I messaged him. I'm like, I love this song. I just want to let you know that
in the Rain. Sorry.
Oh,
they just
yes.
keep popping in my head.
I'm like, I just want to let you know that I'm like one of your biggest fans, and I got a message back saying like, thank you so much for all the support, like just something stereotypical that a celebrity would say back. And so that's where I also was just like, maybe this is real, because he's not trying to like, you know, sucker me into like an MLM scam or like get me to give him $10,000.
It would make sense though for that to be real, because back then too, like you said, he wasn't that huge. Like his music also wasn't that well known. Like, I don't know, did you ever see the movie God's Not Dead?
I did, I think.
So he's the lead in that movie, but he also does like the big song of the soundtrack. And that was one I remember that got him a lot of like kind of headway under people like realizing, oh my god, he can sing. Wow, he's really good at it. But literally like long before that had happened, I was like, mother truckers, I have been listening to Shane Harper since he was on Good Luck Charlie.
That's so funny.
Have you seen A Teacher, by the way? Since I know now, too, that you love Shane Harper. Have you seen A Teacher?
Oh, I thought you were going to be like, have you seen a teacher that looks like this? Like, I thought you were describing somebody.
Oh, no.
I have not seen. No, I haven't.
You need to watch that. He's in it.
Okay.
He's not the lead. It's Nick Robinson's the lead. Have you heard about it? It was on, I believe it was Hulu. But it's a short series, and it's basically a teacher. It's a super inappropriate teacher-student relationship, and they kind of show you like the psychological aspect of like what the student goes through when a teacher abuses their power like that. But Shane Harper is the friend in that show, and I was so excited when he popped on. I was like, he's in this. Because I love Nick Robinson, too. So, like, I was watching it and, like, oh, I love this guy. And then, Shane Harper was in it, and I was that much more excited. But, yeah.
Okay.
I will add that to my list. I didn't know that you... Oh, my God. That is so cool.
Yeah. Yeah, so and my yearbook / Meet Me is not a thing anymore.
Was it like a dating site?
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. And it does not exist anymore, or at least from what I've tried to find, just to go back and like find my old conversations and just cringe and absolutely freak out over them. Yeah. So I can't go back and find it, so I can't give my story any validity, but like just know that it is true that I messaged Shane Harper and he messaged back, whether it was him or not.
I feel like that's one of those you can't make this shit up type of, you know?
Right. And also one of those, why would I make this shit up?
Why would you make that up?
Because, like, he's certainly not A-list celebrity. He's not even B-list or C-list at this point.
So why would you make it up?
Why would I make that up? Like, yeah, Shane Harper, you know him? No?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Okay.
So, yeah. Okay.
Tell me your number one. I'm ready for it.
This should come as no surprise to anybody who knows me, has known me, knew what I dressed up as for Halloween 4 years ago. I had a soundbite from this show as my ringtone for the longest time. And my number one is Kim Possible, So the Drama.
It was coming to me just as you started to talk. I was like, okay, dressed up as, wait, and then yeah.
I love Kim Possible.
I love her, man. She was the first cartoon that ever made me feel like I could do something, like as a girl, right? Like, because
Yeah.
how many other freaking shows are out there where like the female is the badass in it, and you're like, yeah, you know,
Yep.
like I love it. Oh, I love it. I had a little fake naked mole rat, like a plastic one, you know. Yeah, I had a plastic one. I remember. Oh my god, I love that. Love it.
Yeah, no, Kim Possible has been my absolute favorite Disney show since I can even remember. Like I don't know what it is about it, just the fact that it's just a phenomenal show all around.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, for the longest time I had the communicator noise as my like message ringtone. I literally went all out and I dressed up as Kim Possible for Halloween.
You killed it with that
Thank
costume,
you.
by the way. Seriously.
Thank
You
you.
need to add like a little photo right here.
Oh, I for sure will.
She killed it. Killed it.
I literally dyed my hair bright orange, so that I could commit to the bit for Kim Possible. I made a communicator myself, not obviously like a technologically working one, but I made it out of cardboard. But I made that, spent way too much time on it. I scoured the internet for the pieces for this costume because I don't know if you all have looked for like army green like combat pants with
Ain't
like
easy.
with a army green utility belt with a certain number of pockets, specifically for plus size people. It hardly even exists.
Ain't easy.
I went to so many stores. I went to so many places online. I almost just called the whole thing off because I could not find it, but I somehow managed to pull it off at the end. And it was phenomenal. If I do say so myself.
Excuse me with the yawning. Sorry, everybody, by the way. I apologize if you've seen me yawning the entire episode. For context, we record at very late on Friday nights, and I'm a weirdo who's normally in bed by 7:30. But I'm just saying, like, if you hadn't done that KP costume, I feel like I would have just been crushed because you absolutely killed it. I was so
Thank you.
excited. I remember when you posted the picture, I was like, oh my god.
No, it was so fun. And yeah, no, so Kim Possible So the Drama is the second. Well, it's interesting because it's the only Kim Possible movie that is considered a DCOM, but there was a TV movie or like, yeah, there was a movie that was part of the TV show called Kim Possible A Stitch in Time that was before So the Drama. Otherwise, I would have had that on my list too, but it's not technically considered one. So yeah, Kim Possible So the Drama. It takes place between seasons 3 and 4. And one reason why I love it so much is because, spoiler alert for any of you who have not seen Kim Possible or who have not finished Kim Possible, but please get with the program, it's been 15 years. At the very end of the movie, Kim and Ron finally get together and they finally kiss, and it made my heart so happy because like
Yes.
Ron has like subtly like even like in the whole show, you don't really Ron doesn't really let on that he likes Kim. He doesn't even like hardly figure it out until this movie, So the Drama. He finally realizes he's like, "Oh my god, I'm in love with Kim." And then Kim also has this like point of realization after she realizes that her perfect boyfriend was a syntho drone created by Dr. Draken, that she is also in love with her best friend Ron. And they have the sweetest moment after they save the world yet again at prom, where they come in hand and everybody's looking at them like, oh my god, it's Kim and Ron, they're dating. Because like obviously everybody, including the audience, is like, when are they gonna get together? And they finally do, and then they share a kiss, and it's happy ever after, and it's so good. And then normally you would think that would be like the end of the entire series, but no! Disney decided to give the fans what they needed and what they wanted, and they gave us an entire next season on top of that. So we got to see them like right when they started dating, and we got to see them in their dating phase. Oh,
I loved
so
it.
good.
I loved it. There's
So
yeah. I don't have any notes. You know, it was so good, and I feel like she was the first character that ever really like gave at least our generation, like the, millennials, it gave us that look though at like, as a woman, you can do anything. You can do anything, you can be anything. I'm going to sound so cliche here right now, but legitimately, like, that's how it made me feel growing up. Like, it made me feel like I could do anything. And I loved too the message that, like, she always never needed a man, like, ever. She was never that character begging for a boy's attention and trying to get him to like her. And she just, like, she knew what she brought to the table and she was who she was. Like, I have so much respect for the way that they did Kim Possible. And I'm grateful that it was part of my childhood, because I really do feel that I felt I could do anything, because of KP.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, and it's so, jumping off of that, it was so nice to see, like, because, stereotypically the guy is the one who always saves the day and usually has, like, either another guy as his, like, wimpy little sidekick or, like, a girl as his, like, whatever. But this time, roles completely reversed. Like, Kim is, like, the strongest, like, mother trucker on the planet. She saves the world.
Badass. Total badass.
And then Ron is just like geeky, wimpy, like, he can't do anything right, but, like, sticks by her side and just, like, is her little lackey. And it was so fun to see.
Did you watch Christy Carlson Romano's cooking series that she did, like, during kind of COVID? When she had Ron... Will Friedle. I was drawing a blank for a minute. But she had him on there and they made the
Naco.
The Naco! They made the Naco! I actually want to try that recipe.
Yeah, dude.
That's a girl what thing we should
do! Yes! Oh my gosh, yes. Absolutely.
We should make the Naco, and I really would love to try and make spaghetti tacos, like, from iCarly.
Hell yeah. Yes, we just need to try, like, a bunch of, like, really popular, like, TV and movie foods. Just try and make them. Because
I know... Excuse me. Sorry, I'm almost 30. I get heartburn. But I know that the spaghetti taco, like, obviously iCarly's not Disney, but, like, that was one too I always wanted to, like, try and make.
Oh, absolutely.
We need to do that.
Yes.
We need to do that. And, like, we should literally, for a future Girl What episode, like, do it on location at your house or mine and make some of these recipes. That's decided. It's going to happen.
Absolutely. So look forward to that in the future.
Yes.
Girl What fam.
All Girl What fans and family.
Okay. Want to do some of our honorable mentions?
Yes.
Okay.
Ice Princess was on mine.
Yes. Yes, it was also on mine.
And for anybody that, like, doesn't know, when we said R.I.P. Michelle, the lead actress in Ice Princess, Michelle, is it Trachtenberg?
Trachtenberg, yeah.
Yeah, Trachtenberg. I always fear I'm going to mispronounce it, but passed away, like, super young. Recently, was it ever released? I know it was believed to be health complications from a liver transplant, but I don't know if it, like, an official cause of death was ever released, but yeah, she passed away at, how old was she? 39?
She was 30, yeah, she was in her 30s for sure.
Yeah, she was in her 30s, and that was one of those movies that, you didn't really know her, like, some maybe did, but, like, the age that you and I would have been at, like, I wasn't old enough to really, like, know actresses, and I remember seeing her and not really having seen her in anything else before, and the way she was able to captivate me as, a young girl and just sit there and watch, like, wow. I can't skate to save my life. I can rollerblade like it's nobody's business, but I cannot ice skate, and that movie made me want to be an ice skater.
Yeah.
But
no, absolutely.
It's super, super tragic end to short end to a beautiful human being's life. But it's not a Disney movie, but literally 17 again. Her in that, like, the loss of her too, it just reminded me of that movie all over again. And, Matthew Perry too. Like, it's so sad, because that's also another really great movie that, yeah, it just makes me sad that she's gone. But Ice Princess, if you haven't seen it, you should go watch it, because it's so beautifully done. And then that song, that Allie and AJ song that they sing while she's doing her final skate, and then she looks up and her mom's there, and
okay,
I cry every time.
So this is interesting. 2 days before it was, no, a day before it was released that she died, I was talking to my coworker about her and how I love the movie Ice Princess and how,
What?
yeah. And I was
That's
like, oh,
crazy.
because I had brought it up. I'm like, oh my gosh, yeah, I love Ice Princess. I love Michelle Trachtenberg. She's like, what does she look like again? And so I like pulled up a picture of her and we were like looking at her Instagram and whatever. And she's like, oh, has she done anything since? I'm like, oh, she's been in a couple things, yada, 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 whatever. Um, but yeah, and so then we got the news the next day that she had passed, and I almost choked because I was drinking water, and I was with my coworker again. She looks up at me, she's like, dude, she died. I'm like, who are you talking about? She's like, the girl you showed me yesterday. And I, like, yeah, it was, oh my, ugh, I'm literally speechless.
Yeah.
But then I went home and the last scene that you said where her last performance, that's honestly one of my favorite scenes in probably any Disney movie. It is a Disney
Yep.
movie, but it's not Disney Channel original because it was made with another production company. Anyway, I went home and I watched that scene, and the song, this is so sad. The song title is called Reaching for Heaven.
I didn't realize that's what it's called. I know Allie and AJ sang it, but I didn't realize that's what it's called.
So this is how it feels, reaching for heaven.
Oh my
Yep.
God. Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
But yeah, Ice Princess it would have been on the list had it been a DCOM, but it's seriously such a good movie. Like everybody did an amazing job in that movie. R.I.P. Michelle.
Absolutely.
Gone
Okay,
too soon.
honorable mention for you.
Yes. Okay. Oof, where do I want to start? Okay, well, Lemonade Mouth was one of my honorable mentions. Ice Princess. Let's see. Okay, honorable mention, the Camp Rock series.
Yup.
I love Camp Rock.
Yup. Did you go to a Camp Rock party as a kid?
I didn't. I wasn't invited.
Shout out to you, Skylar. I met these girls. I made these friends when I was like 12 at Bible camp, and I was stayed with my great grandma for the summer. I got to go to Bible camp, and I made these friends. Well, literally, we were pen pals, like slow snail mail pen pals. And Skylar invited me to my first ever like little party. I think I was younger than 12, but anyway, it was the year Camp Rock came out. And literally it was a Camp Rock watch party, and we had a Camp Rock party, and we had to have these popsicle sticks that said Camp Rock, and if you said the word rock, you'd lose it, and if somebody caught you, they could take your stick, and the person with the most sticks at the end of it won. I lost because if it's not clear to our listeners by now, I know you know this about me, but I have a tendency to like just get overly excited about things and ramble and talk really fast. Well, when the movie's called Camp Rock and I'm really loving Camp Rock, I said it a lot and I lost my sticks within the first like 20 minutes of the movie.
It's just how the cookie crumbles, man.
But those were so good. Those were so good.
Oh yeah. So cringe. So unbelievably cringe.
So cringe, but so good.
So good. Okay, what's another one of yours?
Cinderella Story.
Is that a Disney one?
Isn't it? Is it not?
Oh, I don't know.
Now I'm like second guessing everything.
Let's see. Cinderella Story.
I totally thought it was. I'm probably wrong.
I don't think it. Okay, what I think that why I think you're thinking that is because
Another Cinderella Story.
Another Cinderella Story. I'm pretty sure is Disney.
Yep, I think you're correct, and I do love that one too.
Oh yeah, Selena Gomez. Hell yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. I can't find it, but yeah, no. Hilary Duff, Chad Michael Murray. Yeah. 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 Absolutely. Also Chad Michael Murray, he's coming back for Freakier Friday.
He is. I didn't realize he was going to be in that.
Absolutely.
He's still such a smoke show. Oh my god.
So hot.
Oh my god.
Yeah. No,
You know?
for real.
It's like one of those, it's kind of like a Clooney, where they get finer with age.
Oh, yeah.
Literally, like, Steve Carell, same thing. Like, he
Oh,
was
yeah.
not, I was not on the hot Steve train during The Office, and I love The Office. Fun fact about Sarah, I have seen that entire series front to end. I'm up to 42 times. And now I'm actually on the Superfan episodes. And I've made it through all of them that are on Peacock one time so far. I love that show. But I never thought he was hot. And then, like, I think it was People Magazine did, like, the, hottest men alive or whatever. And I think he made, like, the top 50. And the photo they had of that man, I literally, like, the gray in his beard. I saw the picture. I was like, why do I think Steve Carell's a smoke show? Like,
Silver Fox.
But some of those actors, man, they just get finer with age.
Well,
and Chad Michael Murray is one of them.
Chad Michael Murray, though, too, is one of those that, like throughout the entire time that we've grown up with him, he's just consistently been our celebrity crush because he's just gotten better with age.
Yeah,
so,
and his core look has always looked the same. Like, he's not one of those dudes that, like, I love you, ML, my little Mario Lopez, but, like, too much plastic and filler takes away from like our original, like, Mario Lopez from Saved by the Bell. Where I feel like Chad Michael Murray has literally just looked consistently the hot smoke show that he is this entire time,
Absolutely.
Oh, I've been meaning to ask you, and this is totally off on a really quick tangent, but I have to ask you this, Mariah. It's been killing me all week. Have you been on TikTok, and has Nikki Blonsky been all over your FYP recently? It is driving me crazy. I literally debated deleting my TikTok. I'm like, if I see one more Nikki Blonsky cameo, I'm gonna snap. And, like, all these people who are like, girl, like, don't be hating on her for being delusional, because if Zac Efron kissed me, I would be too. Like, yes and no. Have you watched the interviews that she's in with him? Homegirl was delusional. And you can see a couple where he's like, like, putting up with her for the press. Oh my God.
For those of you who are only listening, that entire time after Sarah mentioned Nikki Blonsky, I was fighting to control just hilarious fits of laughter because Nikki Blonsky has gone off the absolute deep end.
Crash and burn. She was crashed and burned. Oh my God.
She was never like fully with it anyway, but Homegirl is actually like insane. Yeah. She's on Cameo, which is like probably her only source of like
I think her cameos are like $20 each or $30.
Yeah. Cameo is like her only source of like entertainment that she does nowadays.
And for anybody who doesn't know who Nikki Blonsky is, she was the lead in Hairspray. She played Tracy Turnblad. So if you've seen the Hairspray with, like Zac Efron, Amanda Bynes, Nikki Blonsky was Tracy Turnblad.
Yes, and in that movie, she did a phenomenal job. Girl's got an amazing set of pipes. Like, she was a perfect Tracy. Like, nothing bad to say about that. Nope. But her now, I don't know. I implore all of you to go onto Cameo and look up Nikki Blonsky and just look up some of like the examples of videos that she's done for people.
Oh, for God's sake, dude, just TikTok. Go to your TikTok. Yeah,
or go to TikTok and search Nikki Blonsky.
Well, actually, I was going to say, wait, before we tell you to do that, tread lightly, because the second you do that, all your FYP is going to be Nikki Blonsky.
That's true. So go to Cameo first. So go to Cameo first, because otherwise your TikTok is going to be nothing but Nikki Blonsky, and it's going to be horrible. Yeah, Homegirl is certifiably insane. Like, it's laughable, because, like, what you talking about? Like, what's going on?
That's like you peaked in high school, but, like, you peaked in your career. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the guy that was hot one time in high school and now has a receding hairline and, like, goes to the bars and talks about, like, back when me and that one chick hooked up and blah, blah. That is literally, she went on a TikTok or on a, I think she was on Instagram Live, and she was like popping off against some of the people that were like commenting, and she's like, does Michael Jordan still talk about basketball? If he was great at it, he's still going to talk about it, so I'm still going to talk about Hairspray. And I literally sat there, I'm like, just nobody else.
In every cameo that I have seen from her, and I have watched a lot, she finds some way to include herself singing a clip of a Hairspray song.
She normally opens with, and I hear you're one of the nicest kids in town. And
or
then,
good morning, Baltimore.
That one. Or she does the one where she rolls her, like the, whatever, what song is that?
As it races down the
Thank
hill.
You. Yeah. And then she's like, don't let anyone stop your beat or like stop you from living your dreams. Also, and I am not fat shaming, okay? Listen, not small, right? I don't like fat shaming people, but it is concerning to me that like you see a photo of what she looked like to now, and it literally looks like somebody just grabbed some Italian woman that like some heavyset Italian woman off the street of, you know, Brooklyn and threw her in front of a camera and was like, here, make cameos for people. Just... Oh my God, that sounds really judgmental, and I'm so sorry, but like this has been all week. I have not gotten to talk to Mariah about this, and it's all week I've been seeing it on my FYP, and I'm like, I'm gonna snap. I'm going to snap.
Oh yeah, no, homegirl's just, she's nuts.
Ugh. Okay, I feel so much better that we talked about that, because it's been driving me crazy all week, and I was gonna text you, but I'm like, I'll just save it for the pod.
Yep. Yeah, do yourselves all a favor. If you need a laugh, just go on to Cameo and look at some of Nikki Blonsky's. Wild.
Oh, one other really quick side note, because I feel like you need to share this with our audience because it made me laugh and made my week a lot better when you shared it. The thing that you posted about what that person had done while you were making coffees that one early morning, this last week. Mariah, I was having such a bad day that day. Like, such a bad day. I'll explain to you why a different time, but I was having a really bad day. And I saw your Snapchat, and I literally messaged you, and I'm like, save it for the pod with a laughing face, because it was so funny.
Yeah,
it was
okay.
Your caption. It was your caption that did it.
Okay, so, okay, yeah. Hi, everybody listening and watching. I'm a barista at Caribou Coffee. I've been working there for 8 years. And part of my job is I'm an opener, I guess. I work usually from 7 to 3, but sometimes when my manager doesn't open, I open for her, which I go in at 5:30. And then the entire store opens at 6. And I get some characters in the morning a lot of the time. Usually they're harmless. They're just like, okay, all right, you go on with your day. All right. And then it's just one of those like eye roll or like look to the camera, like office situations, like what the heck. But the other day when I opened, I saw something that I have never seen before in my 8 years of working there and in my 28 years of life.
I love the way you're building this up. I love it.
There was a gentleman who had come in shortly after 6 o'clock with a plastic bag, and he clearly looked like he wasn't all there to begin with. He was looking very like his eyes were darting around, and he was just kind of like pacing and talking to himself. And he did come over to me and asked if I had a fork. And I'm like, yeah, absolutely. I got a plastic fork. Here you go, man. So I gave that to him, and then first of all he goes, "What's the strongest coffee you got here?" I'm like, "Oh, I can do like an Americano or a depth charge. I can do something for you." And then he looks at me just dead-eyed. I have to do this without the glare. Have you ever seen the movie Free Guy? So he goes, "Have you ever seen the movie Free Guy with Ryan Reynolds?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I like a couple, maybe like a few months ago I saw it for the first time." He's like, "Do you know his coffee order?" And I'm like, I can't say that I do. I'm sorry. I haven't seen it in a while.
Oh my
And
god.
he goes, yeah, he gets like a regular coffee with like 2 sugars, 1 cream, and just like stares at me and just stares at me dead in the face. I'm like, okay, like yeah, I can do that for you. And so like I ring it up and then his card declines and so I feel kind of bad, but I'm just like, oh yeah, sorry.
God.
But then he just like walks away, so I don't even like get the chance to offer like I'll buy it for you, but never mind then.
Just walks away.
Yep. And so he's like, okay, or never mind. And so he goes over to his table where he had set up shop.
Oh my
But then
god.
I'm just on my phone. Maybe like 5 minutes later, I see him walk over to the garbage can in my line of sight, right next to the doors to the exit. And I see this man with a can of SpaghettiOs. Just going ham on it. This guy was straight up this guy This man was straight up raw dogging a can of SpaghettiOs at 6 a.m. He wasn't even using the fork that I gave him. How the hell did he get the can open? I just want to know how he got the can open. That's all I want to know. What'd you do with the fork that I gave you? You didn't use it for the SpaghettiOs.
True. Did he give it back?
No. What the hell?
Your interaction.
Dude, it was one of the weirdest fucking interactions I've ever had at my job, and I've been there for 8 years.
Oh, for context, I'm a stay-at-home mom, and I watch some kids occasionally in my house, and I'm up very early. And this was one of those days I was up, and I had a really rough night the night before, and I just was having a bad day. And I opened Snapchat, and I don't even watch people's stories, like, ever. And I saw Mariah posted one, and it's a photo of this man, and it says, what she put, bro is just raw dogging SpaghettiOs.
I said, this MF is just raw dogging some SpaghettiOs at 6 a.m.
With him.
Oh yeah, it was a whole thing. It was a whole thing. Oh man. Oh yeah, it was a big thing.
So I know I put us off on a tangent and we're running kind of long. I don't know if we want to keep going with our lists or end on a high. Oh.
I'll speed run my last few.
There you go. Yeah, because I think I read out like most of mine.
Okay, the 13th year.
Ooh.
About guy becoming a merman. Wendy Wu, Homecoming Warrior.
Yes.
With Brenda Song.
Yes.
So good. Love Brenda Song. Stuck in the Suburbs.
I forgot about that movie.
Yeah, with Taran Killam from SNL. Hell yeah, dude.
Forgot about that movie.
And Brenda Song again.
I need to watch that now. Yep.
The Halloween Town series, apart from the last one. The last one sucks. Because they replaced the main actress. Do you like the last one?
I haven't seen any of them. Okay,
okay.
In my defense, I get really freaked out by like Halloween and creepy stuff. So the one with the 3 witches, I also haven't seen that because I get really spooked easy, and I keep getting freaked out that if I watch it, it's gonna be scary.
Okay, hot take, and I don't care if people come for me. Go ahead, do it. I don't like Hocus Pocus.
That's what it's called.
I couldn't care less.
I haven't watched it. I haven't seen Halloween Town. Anything Halloweeny or whatever, it scares the crap out of me, and I don't like it. Halloween
Town is super super good. But you know, it's fine that you haven't seen it. I won't disown you.
Thank you.
And then my last one I have on my list is Eddie's $1 Million Cook-Off.
I haven't seen that. What's that
Oh my
about?
God, it's so good. It's about this guy on a baseball team, like a high school baseball team, who enjoys cooking, and he enters a cook-off, and it's just, yeah, it's yeah.
I'll have to watch that. That sounds good.
No, it's actually really good. I can't remember all it has in it, but yeah, it's honestly a really good movie. Oh, yeah. All right. Well, while we could literally keep talking about the magnificence of Disney Channel original movies for literal hours, it's unfortunately time for us to sign off for the week.
We have had so much fun hanging out with all of you again this week, and we hope you had just as much fun as we did. We'd like to quickly take a moment to thank those of you who have been listening to and supporting Girl What these past few weeks. We are so thankful for all of you and your continuing support. If you're not already, make sure you're following us on all your socials so that you can interact with us and be the first to know when a new episode drops.
That's right. You can find us on Facebook, YouTube, and Spotify at Girl What the Podcast. Make sure to like, follow, subscribe, share, comment ideas for what you'd like to hear us talk about in the future. All the things. We always look forward to hearing from our listeners.
Make sure to tune in next week when we spill all the tea on some of our worst date stories. This will be one that you definitely don't want to miss, everyone. Till next time.
See you later.
Bye.